Hi, I'm Clayton, and I'm here to talk to you about kindness. Kindness is showing others they are valuable by how you treat them. You hear that, Brad? Where's the kindness, Brad? I'm sorry, I started this all wrong. Rewind. Oh, hi there, I'm Clayton, and I'm here to talk to you about kindness. Kindness is showing others they are valuable by how you treat them. Sometimes kindness comes easy. For instance, I'm perfectly happy to be kind to my parents by cleaning all of my video cassettes out of their basement, but other times, kindness can be tricky. Like when one of your neighbors accidentally gets your latest issue of Movie Mag Weekly in his mailbox, then he accidentally flips through the magazine and spills coffee on the cover and crinkles all the pages. How do you crinkle every page, Brad? Huh, Brad? Sorry. Rewind. Hi, I'm Clayton, and I'm here to talk to you about kindness, which is something I'm having a really hard time doing right now. But come on, is it really that important to be kind to people who don't deserve it? Well, according to today's Bible story, the answer is yes. You're in luck, Brad! Now I have to be kind to you, Brad! Rewind.
The Bible isn't just a book of random stories. It's 66 different books that come together to tell one story. An incredible one about God's love for us. And now for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Matthew. Chapter 5, verses 43 to 48.
Sam Tran liked everything about the building his family lived in, from the tall, leafy oak tree outside his window to the community garden on the roof. He liked everything, that is, except his neighbor, Mr. Angston, who didn't like, well, anything. Especially not Sam's music. But instead of asking Sam to turn it down, Mr. Angston simply turned his own music up. And up. And up. And anytime Sam's mom cooked curry, Mr. Angston would respond by spraying a whole bottle of Febreze outside their door in the hall.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
And when Sam propped the hall door open so he could bring up a load of groceries for his mom, Mr. Angston shut it and locked it in the 2 minutes it took Sam to fetch them from the car.
Seriously?
Sam gritted his teeth as he faced the locked door and tried to shift the heavy bags between both hands. Through the window, he could see Mr. Angston's bald head disappear back into his apartment.
Where am I gonna set all these? Hold your horses, I got it.
Tia Lakely, the chipper dog walker who lived at the end of the hall, darted past him with the golden doodle on the leash and unlocked the door.
Thank you.
Sam staggered through the door and dropped the groceries in front of his own apartment.
Weird. The hall door's never locked.
Sam scratched the dog's head.
I had it propped, but while I was outside, Mr. Angston...
They both turned to stare at Mr. Angston's door. Blank, except for the number 205, and a dead geranium in a plastic pot right beside it.
Yeah, of course he did. He never even says anything, just does mean stuff and then disappears. You know, I've never seen him have company. He makes me so mad. I'm ready to glue his mailbox shut, or slip a snake under his door, or something.
Tia pushed the dog down to sit.
Pipe down, Puddlegum. Look, Mr. Angston probably does deserve a snake in his slippers, but you really think that would help? Well, it would sure make me feel better. Yeah, but you start with a snake, and then he snakes a skunk in your place, and you fire back, and we end up with a water buffalo in the hall or something. Well, you got a better idea? Than a water buffalo? No, what to do about Mr. Krabby Angston? Well, something nice, maybe. Nope, not seeing it. You gotta turn things upside down, like love your enemies and all that. Hold it, what? It's a Jesus thing. He says, love your enemies and pray for those who hurt you. And that'll make the ogre of 205 magically better? Maybe not, but I bet it'll change you.
Sam shook his head and lugged the groceries inside where his mom was making dinner. What Tia had said was crazy, but he just couldn't get it out of his head.
Do we have any of those cinnamon ginger cookies you made left over? There's an extra dozen in the pantry. Well, I thought maybe Mr. Angston would like them.
Mom's eyebrows both popped up, but she smiled.
I've got a tin you can put them in.
A short time later, Sam left cookies outside Mr. Angston's door.
Can't miss them there.
That evening, he climbed up to the roof and checked out the herb garden that he had helped his dad plant and weed.
Basil, maybe some dill, and spearmint.
Carefully, he transplanted some of the happiest, healthiest plants into a large terracotta pot, and then he lugged that pot down 3 flights of stairs and replaced Mr. Angston's dead geranium with the perky herbs.
He'll probably complain these are stinky.
The next day at the dollar store, Sam noticed a bin full of classical music CDs.
Who even plays CDs anymore?
He found one featuring Bach's Brandenburg Concertos.
Mr. Angston. I bet he plays CDs.
Sam bought the disc and snuck it into Mr. Angston's mailbox.
Mail already came, so he should find this soon.
Instead of bracing himself for what Mr. Angston might do next, Sam found himself imagining more creative and sneaky ways to do something nice for his neighbor.
Hey, he's playing that CD.
As he approached Mr. Angston's door, he noticed a few sprigs of spearmint in the planter had been picked. Just as he passed, the door creaked open and Mr. Angston's head peered out. He waved a plastic CD case, glowering.
Boy, you know anything about this? I could tell you like Bach.
Your mama baked those cookies?
Yeah?
Mr. Angston disappeared for a moment and then popped back out, holding the tin, and he handed it to Sam.
Here.
Right before Mr. Angston shut the door, Sam thought he saw a hint of a smile. Sam shook his head and opened the tin. The cookies were gone, replaced by 3
Twinkies?
Sam grinned. Maybe it wasn't much, but coming from Mr. Angston, 3 Twinkies seemed like a small miracle.
Hi, I'm Clayton, and I'm here to talk about kindness. Again. There are going to be times in your life when people are not going to be kind to you. They're going to break in front of you in line. They're going to talk about you behind your back. They're going to call you names or just be plain mean. But people like that need to be loved too. Sometimes that's what they need the most. Jesus died on a cross to show us he loved us no matter what. No matter what mistakes we'd made or what bad things we'd done. We didn't have to do anything to earn that love. And if you're a follower of Jesus, you have the opportunity to show others that same kind of love. But when someone is mean to you, you're going to be tempted to be mean back. When someone insults you, you're going to be tempted to insult back. When that happens, think about Jesus and what he did for you. Ask him to help you to show kindness to the people who may not have earned it. The one thing to remember today is this: be kind to people who aren't kind to you. That's a really hard thing to do. I should know. My neighbor, who shall remain nameless, wasn't very kind to me recently. I was going to take revenge somehow, but now I'm thinking that's not the best way to go. Maybe I'll let him borrow my magazines when I'm done reading them, or I could give him his own subscription. I just need to finish cleaning out this basement first. I feel like it's taking me forever. Let's speed this up a bit. Fast forward!